Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's webinar. My name is Athena Elizabeth and I'm a marketing executive at Suyati Technologies. Just a little housekeeping before we get started. If you have any questions during the presentation, please type them into the question box in your GoToWebinar control panel. I'll bring them up during the presentation and we will also have time for questions at the end. There is also a viewer window on the left. This window will show you the presentation we are sharing from our screen. You also have access to the control panel that is on the right hand side from where you can share your comments. Also, the webinar has been recorded and everyone will receive an email with the link to view a recording of today's event. The topic for today's webinar is Optimize your social media marketing strategy through Azure Logic apps. The topic will be presented to you by our technical architect Anuraj Parameswaran. Anuraj Parameswaran is an architect with Soxo Technologies and Suyati Technologies, Kochi. He has 12 plus years of experience working on different technologies, mostly in Microsoft space. He has been working on the .NET platform since its early days and was selected as a Microsoft Most Valuable Professional (MVP) for Visual Studio and Development Technologies in 2016. His focus areas are architecture and cloud computing. Anuraj is a KMUG Community Council member and an active volunteer in Microsoft technology community. To begin with, I would like to introduce you to our company, Suyati Technologies. Speaking about our Azure expertise, as a Microsoft Gold partner, it was second nature for us at Suyati to adopt Azure, and the results have been phenomenal. We have used Azure widely to store clients' applications, both for the publishing and social media domains. Two of our very successful products, Soxo and Moraka, have been hosted on Microsoft's cloud infrastructure. Our DGT or Dedicated Global Team model offers flexible hiring options and send transparency throughout the project. We are keen evangelists of the agile methodology of software development and ensure transparency at all levels of communication. Our custom technology solutions have been deployed successfully in companies across the globe, especially in the US, Europe, and Australia. You can use the hashtags and handles to post questions, follow us, or even tag us. Now, without further ado, we will turn the time over to Anuraj.
Hello everyone. So here is the agenda today. We will start with an introduction to Azure apps, Azure Logic apps. Then about how do you create a Azure Logic app from Azure portal, and another from Visual Studio, how we can create a Logic app from Visual Studio. And I will conclude with a Logic app, full-fledged Logic app with Azure functions. So let me start. So first is introduction to Azure Logic apps. So what is Logic app? Logic apps allows IT professionals and developers to automate business process execution and workflow using an easy to use visual designer. Logic apps provide a way to simplify and implement scalable integrations and workflows in the cloud. So you don't need any environment or editor to create workflows. You just need a browser. That's it. Logic app also provides concept of serverless computing. So as a developer, you don't need to worry about the scaling and patching, maintainability, all those aspects. It's managed by Azure. Logic app is the integration platform as service IPaaS offering from Microsoft. Logic apps allows you to connect legacy and cutting edge systems together. So why we need to use logic apps? As I mentioned earlier, you don't need any editor or tool. You just need a browser. And Logic App comes with an easy to use editor, which helps you to drag and drop various components, which will form a workflow. And it helps you to connect APIs easily, or it comes with managed connectors, which helps you to connect between your legacy systems and technologies like Twitter or social media like Twitter, Facebook, all those things. You can other advantages, you can start from various templates already available. If you want to create a business to business integration, there are templates available. So if you want to connect from CRM to your Salesforce or Salesforce to SQL Server, you will get a lot of connectors already and templates already available. And all the extensibility is inbuilt. So if you have a system which does not provide any API, you can create API which acts as a connector. You just need to create a web API which supports Swagger. You just need to host it on Azure or any other cloud platform. You can incorporate that into Logic App. So basically a Logic App trigger begins with the trigger. That means, for example, a trigger helps you to start something. For example, a tweet posted with the hashtag, or a file uploaded to Dropbox. Those are the triggers, or a file uploaded to FTP. And after firing, it can begin the various steps. There are various combinations like actions. You can have conversions, and you can apply conditional logic like for loops, if conditions, while loops. So uh, next is logic app concepts. So in logic apps there are mainly four concepts: workflow, the basic one. Logic apps provides a graphical user interface or graphical way to model your business process as series of steps. That called a workflow. If you this is an example of a workflow. And next is trigger. Trigger actually starts the workflow. So in this example, when a recorder is updated, that is the trigger. And each step after the trigger is an action. It excuse me. It's actually each action a map to an operation. And next is manage connectors. Manage connectors helps logic apps to access data and services. For example, you want to add, if you look at the if condition, yes, in you will see Slack post a message. So there is a managed connector to Slack which helps you to communicate a message, post a message to a Slack's channel. That is a managed connector. One more important concept is logic app workflow definition language. A workflow definition contains actual logic that execute as part of your logic app. It has one or more triggers, and it has different elements like parameters, triggers, the actions, and outputs. I will give you once in the demo. I can give you on that. Uh, so moving on, I'm jumping into demo where we are creating a uh, uh, logic app from Azure portal. So I already logged into Azure portal. You can either go and search for logic app. Sorry. This is the logic app, or you can go to web and mobile. Inside that you can start logic app. So for creating logic app, as normal, this is the logic app blade where you need to create the name, and you need to select the subscription, and you need to use the select the resource group. I already created a resource group, so which is in South Central US. I'm pinning that to dashboard. So that's it. It will create a logic app, hello world logic app demo in my portal. So if you look at this, this is my logic app. Its deployment is in progress. Okay, now deployment is completed. Now we will be redirecting to the logic app designer. So here, as I mentioned earlier, you can select the templates. This is the different templates. For example, if you are receiving a service bus request or send an email when an item in the SharePoint list is modified, copy new dynamic CRM contacts to common data model. All those are available template, or copy new Salesforce account to common data model customer organizations. Those are B2B. So if you can filter out like enterprise integration, these are the various, and social, something related to Twitter or Slack. So, but for the demo, what I'm doing, I'm starting with a blank template. These are the various triggers or managed connectors. So you can monitor your RS feed. If an RS feed item is published, I need to give the URL of the feed. Once the feed is here you need to give a URL. Then how much frequently you need to poll for that public publish. If something is published, how much time, how frequently you need to check for the update, and then you can add actions, what you should do when an item is published. For example, you can send an email, or if it is your blog and you want to publish that to to Twitter, you can do that. You just need to search for Twitter and you can post a tweet with the content. This is how you, and when you say, it will updated in Azure and it will start fetching the content. I'm switching to code view where you can see the logic app workflow definition language schema basically, which contains like parameters. So what are the various parameters? Like this is the parameter Twitter connection ID, and these are parameters. You will see triggers. So when a feed item is published, what you need to do. Then various actions, all those things. So since I just want to show how you can design a workflow from Portal. uh, Logic app is a PaaS offering. So it's like you don't need to worry about how the scaling, all those aspects you don't need to manage. Everything is managed by Azure. So you just if you go to overview, so I already created a Logic app. So if I go to overview, you will be able to see various properties, how many times it is running, what is the trigger, how you can edit, delete, and that's about creating a Logic app from Azure portal. Next, so you just need to go to web and mobile, Logic app, create Logic app. Uh, this is the way. Next, from Visual Studio. So here is my Visual Studio. uh, so in Visual Studio, you can file new. First thing, you need an extension. You need to install from NuGet. This is done. Azure Logic App Tools for Visual Studio. First, you need to install this. Once you install this, in File New Project, you get something like Azure Resource Group. You can start. And similar to a portal, you will get the various templates. So here you need to look for Logic App. This is the Logic App. Okay. I already signed in. If I am not signed in, it will ask for my Azure credentials. Since I already signed in, it's taking me to the designer directly. So once the project got created successfully, once you've done that, you can open the Solution Explorer you'll be able to see the logic app JSON. Right click on that and say open with logic app designer. So similar to web app, you'll be able to, yeah. So here I need to select the resource group where I'm going to save the resource. So once you select that, it will show the same designer as web app in portal. Here also you can do the same stuff, like it will show the connectors you can create. Uh, what is the advantage of having Visual Studio Designer? If we are using a portal, Azure portal, you can't manage it in version control. But as Microsoft received a lot of requests on that, how do we version control all those aspects? They introduced the inbuilt designer experience, but it's not offline. It will not work offline. You need an internet connection and valid Azure subscription. Then only it will work for you. So similar way, you just need to design it. You can switch code view. All those aspects are there. So you just need to create file new templates, which is C# cloud resource group, and inside a resource group you need to select the logic app. So this is the full-fledged demo. So what in this demo, what I am doing, I have created a logic app. I have created a logic app. So I am switching to the designer. What it does, it will look for tweets with the hashtag Azure in every 3 minutes, and using Azure cognitive services, it will detect the sentiment, and also using the sentiment API again, text analysis API, I will extract the key phrases, and using an Azure function, I will extract the key phrases, and I will put all the data to a Power BI dataset. And if the sentiment score is less than 0.0, it is from 0 to 1. I will post a message to our support channel in Slack. So this is the workflow. So what I am doing, I have added a Twitter connector, and to look for hashtag Azure, and in every 30 minutes. So it's like add an action. I can again look for Twitter. Sorry. Okay. So here I am designing the workflow in Visual Studio. So I am looking for Azure, and I need to select the frequency. I'm searching for that tweet every 3 minutes. Next, I'm adding in text analysis. So here I'm adding a text analysis which detects sentiments and key phrases. So here is the detect sentiments. So once you added a sentiments block step, you just need to detect sentiments. I added here. You can get the output of your first step. So when I tweet posted, from that step I will get various elements like tweeted by, who tweeted, what is the tweet text, from that which location he is tweeting, about that user, all those aspects I will get. I'm doing a sentiment analysis on the tweet text. Similar way, I'm uh, extracting the key phrases from the tweet text. Since I already connected, so if you look at this, you will see connected as Anuraj. So if you look at this, you can add, since I already connected, it is showing me as Anuraj. If I want to add a different connection, you can click on this, which will show the Twitter authentication dialog, and you can add a new user. Right now I'm doing it. Same with text analysis. You have a cognitive service. So if you look at all resources, there is a cognitive service, analyze tweets. When I am adding a text analysis, I need to get the keys. So once you create a text cognitive service, you will get keys which helps you to which is required to enable text analysis on your Logic app. So sign up. So if you look at this, I'm connected to analyze tweets. I'm changing the connection, add a new connection. It will ask for the connection name and cognitive service key. Next is Azure function. I'm using a function. It's a straightforward Azure function which helps me to extract the key phrases from key phrases API. Whatever I'm getting, I'm converting that to a string. From key phrases, I'm getting a JSON array. I'm converting that to a string. So let me go to the Azure functions. Here is my Azure functional. So it's simple, straightforward. Whatever a request is coming, I am reading it. I am extracting the key phrases and extracting the body, getting the body, converting that to JSON, and extracting the phrases. So for testing, you can say, oh, sorry. sorry, it's 12, so I don't know why it's failing right now. So basically it extract the uh, output from uh, the key phrases API in text analysis and converts that to string. Next is Power BI. So I have created a Power BI dataset. This is Power BI dashboard. In this, I have created a streaming dataset. So this is the data. This is the various data I am storing, like who is the user, what is the tweet, what is the sentiment score, key phrases, when he created it, from which location he is tweeting, and how many follower count. So I have created a dataset, streaming dataset, and similar to other the existing functions, you can add an action and search for Power BA. It will ask for the authentication. You just need to add that. Once you add that, it will look for the workspace, dataset, and table. And once you selected the table, it will show the various fields. And here I am setting who is the, as earlier, like we'll get various output of earlier steps. So who is the tweet from Twitter connector I am getting tweeted by, and what is the score, and body, tweet body created at location, followers count, tweet text, everything I am getting from various connectors previously. So once you get the data, here I am opening it, and from the data, here is the data, and you can create visualization with the data. So I have already created a report which I have added a line chart, and I am adding a line chart, and here I am specifying legend I am creating create now, values I am saying sentiment score. Sorry, create no axis. So here you get a line chart which talks about on which time what is the sentiment score. You can have multiple visualizations with Power BI and maps. Since we have location, I'm adding a map, and in the location field I am adding a location, and in the size I am putting sentiment score again. So you will be able to see map, and Power BI you can say okay, maximum count all those. So I'm saying count. Based on that count, it will change the size of the map location. So that is about Power BI visualization. For that, I'm inserting the data to Power BI dataset. Next is the condition where I'm checking what is the score. If the score is less than 0.3, that looks like that's a negative condition. It's the score is from 0 to 1. So 0.3 means it's a very low score. sentiments, bad sentiments. So negative sentiment. So in this scenario, I'm added a condition which checks whether the sentiment score is less than 0.3, and if yes, I'm putting it to our support group saying, okay, found a tweet from this user with a score, and here is the tweet. Uh, Now we can see the stuff in action. So if you go to overview, you will be able to see how much time it run, and this is the trigger history, and this is the run history. Trigger history means how many times it triggered and how many times it run. So if you look at this, everything is succeeded, and you can click on this identifier and you will be able to see what is the how it looks like. So it is search text is Azure, and so Gartner names Microsoft Azure as the leader, and with hashtag Azure, and it detects the sentiments. So this is the way we used to debug, and it is output is 0.78, and key phrases it extracted is Gartner, leader, cloud, IaaS, Magic Quadrant, Microsoft Azure, and it converts that phrase into string. This is the output string, and adding to data set, and for this condition, since the score is smaller than 0.3, like right now the score is 0.78, it is not posting anything into Slack group, so that is not done. uh, so this is our support group. So if you look at this, you could see some. So if you look at this, you could see found a tweet from hack for head score. Here is the tweet: Azure tech sentiments Sanas is bad. Azure is not good. I'm very angry. It's a bad sentiment, so it added to a support group. You can put any like keywords here. Like right now I put Azure. So if you have a product and if you are running a campaign, you can put a hashtag and you can listen for the sentiments, and you can directly contact them via Twitter or any other social media, so that you can help the customers. So that's about the demo.
Thank you, Anuraj. We will go ahead and take some time for questions now. Just a reminder, please be sure to type your questions into the question box in your GoToWebinar control panel. It looks like we have a few questions. What is the difference between Logic Apps and Microsoft Flow?
So basically, uh, both Logic Apps and Microsoft Flow are configuration first integration services. That means you just need to configure it. Flow actually built on top of Logic Apps, and they have both sharing the same workflow designer, and connectors, all everything is same. But the flow is for intended for business users mainly, and Logic Apps, which offers more control, it is intended for developers.
Next question is, brief us about Logic App pricing.
Yeah, so Logic App comes with two flavor of pricing. One is the conventional app service plan, and the consumption plan. So it's like if you are running a Logic app, every action is priced. So whatever action you are running, it will be charged. So it's like consumption plan. Whatever you use, you need to pay.
Great. Uh, Next question is, does Logic Apps have LinkedIn connectors?
Right now, there is no support for LinkedIn connectors, but there are Microsoft team is working with community. They will be launching soon.
Thank you, Anuraj, and thank you all. That is all the time we had. Please look for the follow-up mail that will alert you to the on-demand status of the webinar so that you can review any material you missed or you could simply go over again. Any further queries will be taken offline. Reach us at our social media or you can simply drop us at mail@webinar@suyati.com. That brings to the end of our webinar. On behalf of Anuraj and our team at Suyati Technologies, thanking you for joining us and taking time to attend our webinar. We appreciate you being here. Have a great day.